retarded here. Let me set up this thing, then we're gonna start working very quick. This is just giving me a lot of problem right here. The video. And there you go. So we're going to start in a couple of seconds, just trying to put live in all my social medias. Confirm. There we go. Do this. Title. Shout out to the people from my podcast account on Instagram. Music. I just want music. Business. I have a bunch of groups here. Huh. Whatever. Come on here. Marcel, how's it going? Nice. 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 Let me see what's going on. This is well tight. $39, we're getting to the 40s, which is very good. Almost 40 episodes. There we go. Oof. There we go. I mean, for this, the light's a little bit. Oh my goodness, that's not good. That is not good. Yeah, the light's a little bit tricky here. Adriana, what's up? Let's make more water. I'll be right back. Goodness. Good, good, good. What's up, guys? All the musicians from my P Alpha account. What's up? The light's a little bit tricky, I know. Trying to fix it, man. I can't. It's all good. All right, guys. So today podcast is going to be very interesting. First of all, I'm going to just introduce myself. My name is Pablo J. Ruiz. I'm the hoster of the P Alpha Music Podcast. We are in different, more than 8 platforms: Google Radio, Anchor, iHeart. We are everywhere, man. So make sure that you also support us in those different platforms as well. And also make sure that you go to the links. If you're on Facebook, the links are in the descriptions, and you're on YouTube, the links on the description. Those are in the Instagram account. Just go to the bio. You can donate and also subscribe to the email list. That way, you can just receive the updates over the coming projects as well of my podcast episode. Piano Doctor, I cannot read Korean. I would like to, but hi, man. And yeah, today's podcast is going to be very interesting. So I talked about this topic already, and instead of being, this is more in a business matter. So we're going to cover a little bit, but I want to say good morning to everybody. Make sure you have your coffee ready. Make sure you have everything ready. That we want to kill it. Chadira, hola. Good people today, man. I love it. I love it. I love it. All right. So today's episode, before I go to work, for those the folks that are wondering what do, I'm a salesman, door to door. I'm working with the business program right now. Hopefully 6 to 8 months we can get it done. And now we wait a little bit. It's fine as well. Hopefully we can just make it happen. Open our own business, which is what I want. All right. So today's topic is going to be fear or loss in the business matter. See, there's a difference, and I want to really, really emphasize what's the difference in that area, right? So there's a difference on what we call the fear or loss, right? But in the business matter, right? And I want to talk about this and how that can be applied in the real world, right? So let's go to it. Okay. So there's something about humans' behavior, right, that we always have in ourselves. That's fear of rejection, right? Fear of rejection is something that you have on you because it's just a mechanism of defense that you already have in your body. There's nothing you can do about it. You can get used to it, right? But it's not something you can just get rid of, right? It's always going to be there. But in the same time, you can utilize the action that you take going in terms of going beyond, right, that fear of rejection, right? So going to talk about that. So there's something about us humans that is the rejection factor. So the rejection factor happened because we were afraid to be alone in the tribes, right? Back in the day when we were just savage caimans, we we were afraid to be alone, right? We needed to be in a tribe. We needed to be in in an area where we can just meet and have meetings and have meetups, relationship, and that way we can survive, right, in a very savage world. Even though we are modern in terms of our ancestors, we still have some of the things that are very, 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 very common to those times, right? Fear rejection is very hard. That's why we have anxiety when we approach someone or we make business with someone or we do things that are very uncommon to us. All right. Shout out to all the piano and Tayusha. So because of that, we develop a lot of anxiety, right? And that not only happens in your music industry when you want to perform in front of people, right? You want to make sure that you feel comfortable enough where you can perform, right? I don't know if you guys remember the the first time that you performed in a stage and you were like, oh my goodness, I want to die, I want to just run, right? That did happen, right? That did happen a lot, and you were dealing with those situations. But notice what happened when you just perform a lot, right? All of a sudden, you feel very comfortable. You feel that you can handle some situations, right? So that's a small part of it. That's a very small part of it. That's not even, I would say, even 60, 50%. That's like 10% or 20%, right? So that's why we have the fear, right? Fears are things that we can we can s- we can work on it, right? We can work on it, right? But that fear always going to be there. There's nothing you can do, right? You can get used to it, right? You can get used to it. Now that just transferred to another area, which is the fear or loss in business, right? So when you're making a sales in front of someone, right? Let's say my example, I'm a salesman, right? Door to door. And I'm negotiating, right? I'm throwing my pitch, and my pitch is going well. All of a sudden, this person putting in a position like, I don't want you, I don't need you, right? Even though I'm helping them. If you're paying 240 for a service in internet, it's not even good, right? And I give you a direct line, right? And I know I can help you out, right? But instead of just being in top of that person, I said, you know what, man? Listen, listen. I'm the one that has the 940 over 880. You only have a 400 over 100. It's all up to you. See, now I apply what we call a Fuji, right? So it's a fear. So the first one's a fear of loss, right? So I'm not afraid of losing that what is being presented because other opportunities are going to come by. So in that regard, the fear of loss is being applied. I know that person said no, just go to the next one, and so on and so forth, right? So it's go like a circle. So because we are mainly surrounded by math, right? There's a lot of math going on in what we call our own world, right? So there's a lot of math, and everything is surrounded by numbers. Every system is surrounded by numbers. Every system is surrounded by equations, by average, by everything. So you have to go with the same thing. I remember when I used to send a lot of emails, right, to a lot of venues. I would just go with numbers. I would say, okay, at least of those 30 emails that I'm going to say, 10 of them are going to be replied. Those 10 replies, one is going to tell me, okay, we have some space, right? So it's always go like that. It's nothing like it's stable, and I every time that I send an email, I'm gonna get a response. No, it's not like that. So if you are negotiating with the venue as an artist, right, or a space, you have to go with something that's fear loss, that venue probably is not going to say no. You have to have that in your mind because they have the right to say no. Why not? See, and this is what happened when with the average businessman, right? They contact one venue said no, and all of a sudden you just stop doing business. All of a sudden you don't want to take any responsibility beyond that no in that moment. Dude, that's only one venue, man. There's millions of venues. One of them is going to say yes. So now you are confronted with the fact that you cannot agree with yourself that you're going to receive no. So no has to be a part of your daily routines, man. And no one ever said tell you no, tell your mom or your dad or your husband or wife to tell you no. Just to practice. You're going to receive no's, a lot of them. And you should have fear of loss. You should not have fear of loss. You should not feel fear to lose something. Let it go. It's fine. Just go do business with someone else. It's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. That's what is business all about. Just to make sure that you increase your value a little bit and just go come later. It happens to me with a lot of musicians as well, a lot of business partners. It just happened. There's nothing you can do. You, remember, you don't have control all this people world. You only have control yourself. Yeah. So take that, a fear of loss, and just take advantage of that mentality. One that really helps me a lot is really, really, really getting into the mood in the morning, right? So I know every time that I listen to motivational speakers and all that stuff, I really get into the room, right? I really get into the grind of, okay, rejection is going to happen. Rejection is going to happen. Rejection is going to be something part of my life. That's something I have to just deal with it. And as a business person, you have to think that no, it's going to be your reality from now on. And think about it. You're going to say no as well. You're going to say no to a lot of prospects. So you have to think that you always not on the other side of the fence. You're on both sides of the fence, right? So when you think that no one want to be part of your business, people will come, and now it's your turn to just say no. You know that it's harder. It's very hard when you're a kind person, right? Let's put it this way: when you're a kind person and you want to everyone think that you're nice, you know, humble individual, it's harder to say no. You know why? Because you are afraid of what people will think about you. So instead of saying no, you start saying yes. You start making weird promises. So now, so now not only you making weird promises, you're being dishonest to yourself, right? So now you have fear of everything, man. You cannot say no. You cannot say yes. You know you cannot promise a lot of stuff. So now you are in a weird, bad, mushy place that you cannot get out, man. So all these things, right, just combine into one thing, right? And all is the fear or loss, right? Fear or loss in a business manner. I don't want to talk about other things because it's a same simple principle, right? These principles, right, should be just take care in all areas of your life, right? Not only in the business, but I think I spoke about this. I'm sorry, in different episodes, but it was more like a personal area. But this matter, I would like to just focus on the business area. For those folks that listen to me are asking me about business, all that stuff, and I see a lot of good folks really just getting into the hustle, which is very good. I'll really, really, really hope everything goes well. If you have any question, just send me an email or just text me through Messenger, and I will help you out. Um, for those of the folks that still just looking for, "Ah, man, I don't know what to do. I mean, I don't have time. I wake up at 5 and then I come home at 9 or 10. Listen, man, no one has time, man. You're afraid. Listen, this is another area where fear of loss is a little bit shaky, right? You're in a current job, right? And the job that you currently are is very convenient. Is, let's say, not only convenient, but at least just save you some of the hustle. Or at least you're getting money to pay your rent. Or at least you're getting money to get some food in your house. So it's a very comfort zone, right? And you're like, I've been doing this for the last 5 years, man. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. So basically now, you have two options. You can live with these excuses for the rest of your life, man. And listen, you're not going to live forever on that job. You're going to get fired. You're gonna get fired. At the moments of the crash of a company, that's going to start. They are going to start firing people. They're not going to fire their stronger. They're going to fire their weakness. You know who? You know who's the weakest? The person that has feel lost. That means you. They're very convenient. You're comfort zone. You don't want to go here. You don't want to go there. You want to play safe. You're playing so safe, man, that people are just looking at you and they say, you know what, man, this guy is all right. He's all right worker. I've been working for us for the last 10 years. I mean, the company will do well without him. They're going to fire you. So instead of you waiting for that moment to be fired, grab the life by the ball and take action. In reality, you don't need a lot, man. You only need like what? 1 hour, 30 minutes to start something, write something, put some things on paper. It's not a lot. So now you're clear of that area. And I think my boss was talking about this, and this is very important. Excuses are very, 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 very dangerous. I mean, we make a lot of excuses, right? And a lot of times we try to really, really, really convince ourselves that bad decisions are good decisions, and that come because we are in a weak state, right? We are in a bad relationship. We don't want to just let it go. We are doing bad business practice, but somehow we think that we are going to be the next Steve Jobs. No, those are bad things. But they feel very comfortable. We are afraid to just let it go. So what do we do? First of all, like I always say, just admit that you need help. Sit down and start just surround yourself with people that already made it happen. Right now, I'm reading Rich Dad Poor Dad by Robert T. Kiyosaki. Very good book. I would just recommend this book to anyone. I started reading it. Tremendous book, and he talked about the difference between the rich dad and the poor dad. Right now, I haven't start the good part yet, but as soon as I finish, I'm going to do a review and talk about it and just give you a small insight of what's the book. But that book is very famous, right? Robert T. Kiyosaki is very, very famous with the fact that fear of taking action it shouldn't be an option. And he talked about how um, debt is an asset, right? Debt is an asset instead of just being without debt. And I do understand why he's saying that. When you want to open a restaurant, right, and you are in a debt, right? You have $500, $500,000 for a restaurant. You want to open the restaurant. You are in a $500 debt. So by the time that you finish paying the the loan, you're probably in the 550, right? $550,000 on debt, right? But that doesn't come into the equation. But you'll be probably making more than that. But the debt became an asset. So that now because you invested $500,000 in the restaurant, now you open a restaurant, and now you have a very lucrative business going on. Blah blah blah. Don't get me wrong. Come go the other way. You have probably have 1 million just on debt. But just to give you an idea, right? The person that takes the action, right? He doesn't care if he go business bankrupt or he succeed. At least he took action. You see what I'm saying? At least he took action. Wilma, how's it going, man? Wepa. Yo, Wilma, it's my guy. Make sure that you go to his Facebook, social media. Just make sure that you just, like everything that he does. Is a great guitar player from the island. Always tuning up in the podcast. I love him. Shout out to him, man. So now let me go to more deep into what's the fear loss, right? Now that's the business side, right? Now it goes to the spiritual side because th- that's what you should just aspire to, right? When you're in the business, the fear of loss should be like, uh, good, right? Give me a second. I have to put my battery. Shit, it's going out of. There you go. Now the personal. Whew. Personal is more about losing things that you really know are not good to your life, right? Letting things go, letting things just move without feeling too much attached to it. And this is very hard for not only myself but a lot of people. Letting things go is it's a little bit hard, but most of the times it will be for a good reason, right? Always it's always good to just meet different people, right? It's good to meet different personalities. It's good to always meet different aspect of the life. All right. It's never good to just stay with the past. Just let it go. And that will be reflected in your business, right? If you cannot let things go, man, that thing can be dragged down with everything. Imagine that you have a very bad relation and you're being that same energy of the relation to your business. You're the boss. The boss has their worker or the followers, right? Or the managers and stuff like that. They have different. The leadership managers, they're following you, man. They're following you. So not they only following you. Whatever you bring to the table, it's going to affect everyone. See? So now we have a problem. It's the fact that you are just influencing not only yourself but others, man. That's why the fear of loss has to be clear. Make sure that you just let things go. That way, your business is not affected. All right. This one's had to be very short. I had to work with a couple of my clients. I had to make sure that some of my business transactions are clean. I need to go. I'm a little bit late, but hopefully we'll see you tomorrow. Tomorrow podcast is gonna be longer. But thank you so much for the guys that have been tuning in. Make sure that you always go and donate something to the podcast. We're gonna appreciate it. Make sure you sign up as well to receive all the notifications, and make sure that also you like and share my product. I will appreciate it a lot. All right. So in that case, I will see you tomorrow, guys. Thank you so much.